questions right now? Okay. My name is Neb and I am a psychological magician.
Neb, you just confused me from the first words. What does it mean to psychological magician?
Well, a psychological magician is a magician who does magic with the mind. So the technical term for it is actually mentalism. So the art form is called mentalism, but it's quite a strange term and it's not very well known by the public. So to say mind magician or psychological magician makes a bit more sense.
Did you inspired by Mentalist serial?
No, I've never seen it. Everybody keeps telling me to watch it, but I've not seen it yet.
How did you get such an idea to have such a strange occupation?
It wasn't really an idea, it was a bit of an accident actually. I worked as a musician for a long time. I played in a band for a living and I did magic and mind reading as a hobby for a long time, maybe 15 years I studied it for. I moved to London 3 years ago and then I, by accident, got an agent and started working as a magician, and then it took over as a career.
Tell me please about that accident. What happened?
When I got to London, I had been studying mind reading and mentalism quite seriously and getting really into it and working hard at it. And when I came to London, I was just doing various jobs, you know. I work as a singer and a guitarist, so I was doing that quite a lot. And I was making contact with a lot of people in London who could help me. So I got in contact with an agent and they took me on. And then before I knew it, I was doing gigs for quite big companies and did a Christmas party for Jamie Oliver. So I was kind of thrown in the deep end. So before I knew it, I was performing, and it just went from there.
Do you remember the first trick that you showed and people liked?
Yeah, well, I can't remember exactly what the trick was, but I remember getting my first proper book, like a good serious book on magic, and learning a few things and showing it to a few friends and getting responses that I was surprised by. So I was like, oh, hang on, that worked. And then, of course, I'd learned more and more. So I can't remember the exact trick. It would be a card trick, I'd imagine, probably.
What another occupation did you try before you realized that to be a mental magician?
A mental magician?
It's for you.
I'm not mental. Well, I've done lots of different things. I worked as a musician for quite a long time. I played in a band with 3 other guys for many years, and we travelled around different countries and had a lot of fun. So that was a kind of mini career. And I've done various things, like I worked as a youth worker a little bit. I've taught guitar since I was 15. I taught songwriting as well, music projects for teenagers. So a lot of music,
Very strange, like movement from music
yeah,
to mental things.
I know, it's, yeah.
And did you study, like, have a higher education in this, or is it all about your own investigation?
It's most about my own investigation. So most magicians are self-taught most of the time. So they've read books and they've practiced things and just found their own path to doing it. That's, if you learn music, you often have a teacher, not so much with magic.
Does any magician teach you any trick, anytime?
Yeah, I've got very close friends who are magicians, some traditional magicians, some psychological magicians, and you swap ideas quite a lot. Magic and mind reading is based on secrets, so it's quite a strange situation because obviously you have to keep these secrets, otherwise you don't have a job. So you trade secrets, not with everybody, but yes.
And who is your idol among the magicians? Who inspired?
There's a few people I really like. My favourite mind magicians are Derren Brown, David Bearglass, who's a very famous magician, but from the sort of quite a few years ago now. People like that. There's a lot of there's a lot of older names who you wouldn't have heard of who wrote fantastic books, like people from the 1920s and the 1950s, and Theodore Anneman, Tony Corinda, people who wrote, they're not famous, but they created amazing methods and amazing art.
What do you think about the fact that now there are tons of different programs on TV that really like open up all of this mind magic, like the Discovery Channel and National Geographic as well? Because do you think you will lose your job because of it?
Oh no, it's brilliant. No. The more magic is on TV, the more mind reading that's on TV, it's brilliant. You know, some of it I love, some of it is not quite to my taste, but I'm grateful for all of it because it gets people excited about magic, and then they hire me, and I work. So
yeah. Who are your clients?
My clients, it's a real broad range. I meet a lot of different people, a lot of big companies in London, a lot of corporate stuff. I work in the city a lot, private clients, parties, weddings, that sort of thing. I'm quite fortunate. I've somehow managed to be in a position where I work an awful lot, and I get to meet all these different people.
Why do you think they hire you?
No idea. Why do they hire me? Oh God, I mean, I like to think I'm very good at what I do. I work very hard at it. I don't like to pick it apart too much. It's a career I've fallen into, and it seems to work very, very well. And sometimes I sit down and go, how have I managed this? And I don't like to think about it too much in case I ruin it. But possibly one of the things is that I very much enjoy people. So my job is to talk to people. So if I'm at a party, I'm basically like the most sociable guest at the party who also happens to be doing some magic. So I get to just go around and talk to people, say hello, how you doing, and it's nice, and I really enjoy it because I enjoy people. If I didn't enjoy people, it would be very hard to do. So maybe that's part of it. I don't know.
So you're doing magic because you love people? Is that right?
We're getting heavy now. I'm doing magic because I love. Yeah, that's right. That's the way it should be. Because being a magician is about, especially being a psychological magician, it's about connecting with people.
Does it exhaust you a little bit because it's a lot of communication to be so concentrated? It's okay. How do you feel after you?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's not exhausting because, you know, I'm not, you know, on a building site, or you know what I mean. But it is. You do get. I need my own space afterwards. I think I'm somewhere between an introvert and an extrovert. I'm neither completely introverted or completely extroverted. Sometimes I love talking to people and I could do it all day. Other times I just want to be on my own. Maybe most people are like that. So after a gig where I've talked to people all night, sometimes I just want to go and talk to more people, but sometimes I just want to go away in my room, go on the internet or whatever, just forget about it.